The more Elon Musk and the DOGE team look into government spending, the more fraud they seem to uncover, all right? And that, of course, is what we need. It's going to be eye-opening to see how much they actually reveal to the American public. But don't let me get in the way of this. Elon Musk gave a killer presser today with Donald Trump where they spelled out a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. But before we get to these clips, don't forget to like and comment on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
You mentioned some of the things that your team has found, some of the crazy numbers, including the woman that walked away with about 30 million.
Right. Well, we do find it sort of rather odd that there are quite a few people in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but somehow manage to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened at USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from. Maybe they're very good at investing, in which case we should take their investment advice, perhaps. But just there seems to be mysteriously they get wealthy. We don't know why. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at taxpayer expense. That's the honest truth of it. So, we're looking at, if you look at, say Treasury, for example, basic controls that should be in place, that are in place in any company, such as making sure that any given payment has a payment categorization code, that there is a comment field that describes the payment, and that if a payment is on the do not pay list, that you don't actually pay it. None of those things are true currently. So the reason that departments can't pass audits is because the payments don't have a categorization code. It's like just a massive number of blank checks just flying out the building. So you can't reconcile blank checks. You've got comment fields that are also blank, so you don't know why the payment was made. And then we've got this truly absurd, a do not pay list, which can take up to a year for an organization to get on a do not pay list. And this, we're talking about terrorist organizations, we're talking about known fraudsters, known aspects of waste, known things that do not match any congressional appropriation. It can take up to a year to get on the list, and even once on the list is not used. It's mind-blowing. So what we're talking about here, we're really just talking about adding common sense controls that should be present, that haven't been present. So they say, like, well, how could such a thing arise? That seems crazy. When you understand that really everything is geared towards complaint minimization. So then you understand the motivations. So if people receive money, they don't complain, obviously. But if people don't receive money, they do complain. And the fraudsters complain the loudest and the fastest. So then when you understand that, then it makes sense. Oh, that's why everything they approve all the payments at Treasury. Because if you approve all the payments, you don't get complaints. But now we're saying that, no, actually, we are going to complain. If money is spent badly, if your taxpayer dollars are not spent in a sensible and frugal manner, then that's not okay. Your tax dollars need to be spent wisely on things that matter to the people. I mean, these things, it's just common sense. It's not draconian or radical. I think it's really just saying, let's look at each of these expenditures and say, is this actually in the best interest of the people? And if it is, it's approved. If it's not, we should think about it.
So three very interesting points that Elon Musk brought up there, right? These USAID workers who are making $100,000 to $200,000 a year, they're ending up with tens of millions of dollars. Now, how in the world does that happen? And as Elon Musk jokes around, oh, maybe we should all get investment advice from them. Yeah, the same type of investment advice that Nancy Pelosi gets. So yes, we all know this is a big slush fund. We all know this is a big scam, allegedly, okay? And that's the whole purpose of a lot of these organizations in the first place. So we're going to find a lot of crazy stuff if we allow Elon Musk to actually dig into where all this money is coming from. And if you identify these people and actually look into their bank accounts, we will be able to see what is going on. Now, of course, that might require the Department of Justice to take over at that point, but we can pinpoint these people with Elon Musk's help. Now, the next thing, of course, is all of the blank checks coming out of places like USAID, right? There's no line items. We have no idea what it's used for, what the purpose was, but for some reason, the checks are getting pushed out anyway, which of course just furthers the idea that yes, this is in fact just a huge slush fund, okay? And then lastly, yeah, just looking into this, just wanting to know where the money is going is not draconian. It is not an attack on our democracy. It is not, of course, going against the Constitution. It's simply trying to perform an actual audit. And imagine a government that was fully transparent and we knew what was really going on, because all of this stuff has been going on in darkness for years. And who knows what type of larvae are pupating underneath the surface of all of this horrible government waste and spending. But of course, that's not the only thing interesting to come out of this press conference.
So, there's crazy things like just cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay. They should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. They're missing out. That's the case where, I think they're probably dead. It's my guess. Or they should be very famous, one of the two. And then there's a whole bunch of Social Security payments where there's no identifying information. Well, why is there no identifying information?
And of course, that's just the second aspect, is the simple government waste, right? Who's not checking the boxes? Who's not staying up on current information? How much money is being pushed out there to people who are no longer eligible for it, not just for Social Security, but other things as well, okay? And that, of course, is another aspect of the DOGE department. What are they going to find? What are they going to uncover? Not just corruption and fraud, allegedly, but also just simple waste, mismanagement, all right? Just government workers not doing their job. Because honestly, up to this point, the whole joke about government employees is that they don't really do much, do they? But now, of course, the Democrats are out there defending every single thing the government is doing as essential, as it must be allowed to happen no matter what, otherwise our republic will fall, okay? But yet, here we are uncovering all types of crazy stuff. So thank you, Elon Musk, for doing this work, and thank you, Donald Trump, for appointing him to do it, all right? And as usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay safe out there, people, because they're coming after you.